If you had a 6-year-old daughter, would you allow me as a 45-year-old man to marry her?
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Muhammad married a 6-year-old.
You want me to respond on that?
Yeah.
Okay. The response on that.
Let me educate them about the Sharia law. According to child marriage, the BDF filia, which is halal in Islam, it's legal in Islam. And recently in Iraq, they reduced the parliament in Iraq. Google it, search it. They reduced the child marriage to 9 years old.
This Muslim guy from Uganda said something very, very absurd about Prophet Muhammad's marriage to a 6-year-old girl during a recent Charlie Kirk memorial in Toronto. The kind of response he got might just change everything you thought you knew about Islamic religion. Let us get into it.
No, I understand it's for question, but I'm supposed to defend my religion.
Not on my mic.
Asking, okay,
not on my mic.
Okay, I'm not asking a question. It's just one thing. Just give me.
You have a response to something that was said?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, and I'm going to respond to what you're going to say after that. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay,
that's
fine.
okay. There is a lady. She says she's from Palestine.
Yeah.
She said Islam wants to conquer the world, and Islam will kick out everyone.
Well,
in the
kick out
Quran, maybe you guys, you just read Islam or you just learn Islam from your perspective. But if you read the Quran without any bias, the Quran itself in Surah Al-Baqarah, it says no comparison for the deen. So that means everyone has a right to believe in what he believes. And you said about the killing, Islam says if you kill one human being, it's like as if you have killed the whole mankind, the whole human being. No, what I'm quoting, it's from the Quran.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Okay, so you said your point.
Yep.
Okay, I agree that those ayahs exist in the Quran. But that's what makes the Quran very confusing, because everything I said is also an ayah of the Quran, and it said to kill. It said to force it. Surah chapter 9, verses 29. You can pull it up. You can read it again. I just read it.
Don't do that. Don't act like you don't know. Come on.
Like, why is it that Muslims act like there's no killing verses in the Quran? Like, you know that.
No.
Have you read the entire Quran before?
Not the whole entire Quran. I haven't read the entire whole Quran because I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
The Muslim guy is going to contradict himself a lot in almost all of the arguments that he is getting into. There is a point where he will make a statement and then he will quickly turn around and disprove that very statement that he made.
Okay.
Yeah, but anything you say about a chapter Quran, I know the only time when the Prophet ﷺ was allowed to kill is when they attacked him during the time he was supposed to go back to Mecca. But the time the Christians and the Jews used to live with the Prophet in Medina, that's when he just immigrated to Medina. They lived with him peacefully. We Muslims, we used to pay the jazira of 2.5%, but the non-Muslims, they used to pay 1.5. It's either 1 or 1.5, and that 1.5 was just for the protection.
Protection for who?
Protection to protect them because they are living in the land. No, you pay tax here, right? In Canada, don't you pay tax? The taxes we pay is for the protection.
Okay. So let's just.
Yes,
okay. No. I heard you. Let me respond to you. Okay. What you said has some merit. Okay. Defense for people attacking, right? But Muhammad wasn't just called to defend. He was actually called to make sure there is no more unbelief in the world, that he was called to go out and fight for the cause of Islam. And that is the other side that you're ignoring or not talking about. And do you know that?
Can I talk?
Do you know that?
Can I respond?
Sure.
Do you know what happened to Muhammad by the time of his of the revelation?
What?
Do you know why he moved from Mecca to Medina? Do you know about that?
Tell me.
He was tortured. They killed most of his companions. The reason why he left Mecca and went to Medina is because they wanted to kill him. They reached a point when he hid in another mountain.
At this point, you can see the guy is bringing a lot of emotions into the argument, as if that will lend some credibility into his point. And if you notice very well, this is the trick in most Muslim versus Christian debates. The Muslims will always come with hard-hitting and very, very touchy emotions so that people can see it in their faces and tend to believe what they are saying. But this is a trick that the pastor knows all too well, and he's not going to fall for it.
Okay, so you're telling me that he went from Medina, was attacked, then he formed an army. He didn't just defend himself.
No.
He actually went and ended up conquering all of North Africa, all of the Middle East. That's all in defense?
Listen, he went from Mecca to Medina. But the reason why he migrated from Mecca to Medina, he was looking for the protection. The only reason why he went to spread Islam, like to North Africa and everywhere, it was to spread Islam. There was no war. The only war he fought was within Mecca, was within Saudi Arabia. Let's first go to that.
Okay, so
wait a minute.
Surah chapter 9:29.
Wait a minute. Let's first go to the verse which allows killing.
Surah chapter 9:29.
Chapter 9.
And while you're reading that, I'm just going to read a hadith, and it says here, whoever.
I can't defend that hadith. Do you know why? Because I'm not a scholar of hadith.
Okay.
I can only defend the Quran.
So basically, all we're doing right now is just sharing irrelevant opinions, because I can't quote the opinions of authentic. Because anything I say, you're going to have an opinion, and then you're not even a scholar anyway. So what's the point of this conversation?
No, it's because for the hadith has formulas. Like there is the Sahih Bukhari. So they are graded. I don't know how.
So if I quoted from a Sahih hadith, would that be acceptable?
No, as I say, allow me. What I say, I don't quote the hadith because I'm not a scholar of hadith.
Okay.
Yeah, I can only quote the Quran.
Okay, well, how about this? You can read Surah chapter 9:29. 9:29. Let's read that. We're just going to go back to the. I respect everybody's opinion. You're allowed to, believe what you want to believe, but let's not pretend that anyone can leave Islam peacefully. Let's not pretend that I can go into an Islamic country and preach like this peacefully. I'm going to be imprisoned or killed or called an apostate or called an infidel, and I'm going to be either beheaded, killed, or look. I'm going to hold on. Let me finish.
From here on out, things are going to get very, very personal, and you'll be shocked the kind of statement that will proceed from his mouth, because they are straight up threats this time around.
You can let me finish.
If you disrespect my prophet, listen.
You're on my mic. If I'm going to talk, listen.
Give me a second.
No. I will give you a second when you respond.
I'll just my prophet,
brother.
Then I'll give you a mic.
Listen. You don't make the rules on my mic.
It's okay. For my prophet,
you're more than welcome to have a dialogue, brother. Listen.
I'm not a religion.
All right. You're not even listening.
You know the funny thing is,
what's the funny thing? You're not even listening. You're not even listening. Are you from Nigeria?
I'm not from Nigeria.
Where are you from?
I'm from Uganda.
Uganda. You know what's happening in Nigeria right now? Muslims are killing and burning Christian villages and churches, beheading them.
They're not doing the right way.
You think it's because Christians charge them? Is that the reason?
No.
Answer that one.
No, listen.
So who are they following to do that? The practice of Muhammad.
Yeah.
Okay, our teachers always tells us, do what I say, but don't do what I do, right? If you're a teacher and you kill, am I supposed to kill?
If I'm a teacher and I kill, are you?
Wait. Hold up a second. Isn't that a little bit hypocritical? If a teacher says you should only do what I say, don't do what I do, a teacher is someone that is supposed to live by example. So for instance, if Muhammad is telling you it is wrong to kill, but he goes about his actions, and in his inactions he is promoting mass slaughter of infidels that are not members of the faith, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? If you contrast that with the character of Jesus Christ, anything he does, he tells his disciple, do as I do. And that's the character of a true teacher.
And I kill, are you supposed to kill?
And you don't teach me to kill. Yeah. Am I supposed to kill?
Well, if I'm supposed to follow your behavior, then I would probably do what you're supposed to do.
We don't follow that behavior.
So what's the behavior of Muhammad?
Teachings. He was the greatest man ever lived.
Do you follow the behavior of Muhammad?
Of course, I try. Okay. I can't be even 100%. I can't be even close to his behavior.
Okay, I want to ask you something, man. And I'm not trying to offend you. But if you had a 6-year-old daughter, would you allow me as a 45-year-old man to marry her?
Answer the question. Answer the question.
I'm 45 years old, and you got a 6-year-old daughter. Would you allow me to marry her? Why?
Because she's young.
She's a 6-year-old, right?
She's a 6 years old.
Yeah, but you said you try to follow Muhammad to the best that you can. Muhammad married a 6-year-old.
Do you want me to respond on that?
Yeah.
Okay. The response on that, he got married to Mother Aisha radiallahu anhu when she was 6. But that was engagement. That process happens in Africa as well.
Okay, no, let him finish. Hold on, go ahead.
Let me talk. In Africa, I'm from Africa, it happens. When you have a good family and we are friends, we can engage. We can engage our
kids together.
Together. So when that child grows up to the right stage of marriage, then we can commence.
So you would engage. I just want to make sure I understand.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish. So what happened to Mother Aisha he got engaged with Aisha when she was young, but they didn't got any sexual activity before she reached the age of maturity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was 9 years old.
She was around 9 years.
Okay. So.
And actually,
Okay.
they didn't say like the age, the physical appearance. Because
she
I was
looks like an
listening-
adult at the age of 9.
I was listening to a scholar who was talking about that scenario. What he said, it was Mother Aisha who asked his dad that what is happening, the Rasul is not doing anything. That's when they got to know that this girl is not ready for everything.
Okay, I get you. I'm not trying to insult you, so please just know that I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to say, because you said you follow Muhammad to the best that you can, right? You said something that was interesting. You said, like, in your culture, people engage, people together, and when they get older, they get married, right?
It used to happen.
Right. It used to happen. Okay, fine. Let's just say that's fine, okay? But does your culture ever engage a 50-year-old with a 6-year-old and let the 6-year-old get married a little, and then when he's like 60 and or 56, and then or actually 53. Let's just say he's 50, 53. Did your culture do that too?
No, it didn't. But look at.
But why didn't your culture do that?
Okay, listen. Let's say it's a scenario. Yeah, you're a king or you're a president, right? You live a certain culture or a certain group or a certain country. I have a daughter. I have a daughter. You like my daughter. All I feel like you're my close friend and you have a very high status, right? I have a daughter and you're my closest friend. And then I go like, man, I think. To have a stronger relationship, me and you, let me engage you with my daughter.
Bro, you should never.
Okay, I get you. I get you. Okay, so me and you are kings, all right? Me and you are kings. We're good friends, and you got a 5-year-old, 6-year-old right there, and I'm like, because you're friends, I'll give you my 6-year-old to be.
I suggest myself. No, because like Aisha to get married to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was Abu Bakr, the father, who suggested. It wasn't Muhammad.
The Muslim guy thinks he's making a lot of sense because he has a few compatriots and supporters from the members of the crowd who are cheering him up. But the moment this woman, who is apparently very, very experienced and conversant with the Sharia law, comes into the argument, he begins to lose his balance.
Left under Sharia law. I know exactly. I went to Makkah many times. Have you been to Makkah?
Can I respond? It doesn't matter if I was there or not, right? Can I
Do you understand Arabic?
Can I respond?
Do you understand the Quran in Arabic language? Yes or no?
Just because you understand Arabic, it doesn't guarantee you, or it doesn't mean that you are 100% right.
Okay.
Because
I studied since I was 9 years old.
Quran has tafsir.
Just 1 second.
I'm not arguing.
I'm just telling you one thing, one fact. It's a fact. Since I am 9 years old, I lived in Saudi Arabia. Let me finish. Let me introduce myself. I want to introduce myself.
Just remind me that surah. You said which surah?
Listen to sister. Listen to her.
No, she's not talking. I'm asking her which surah.
Let her talk.
No.
Okay, let me just make it clear.
Hold on, guys.
65 verse 4.
We're just gonna make this very brief. Say what you gotta say. You say what you gotta say.
No arguing. Just say what you got to say.
Debate. That's what I'm saying. Let the sister talk. Let her talk. Let her talk.
And those who no longer expect menstruation among your women.
Maybe brother, you can read it louder.
If you doubt.
واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر وأولات الأحمال واللائي لم يحضن.
I don't understand.
That's a problem.
Allah, no, it's not a problem. It's not a problem because
Read the verse. Okay, read the verse.
No,
read
listen.
it. Read it in English. How you go? Read it. I'm listening.
Allow me to talk. Just 70% of Muslims are not Arabs. Do you know that?
Okay, can you
Do you
read
know
it?
that?
Can you read the verse? Let's make it brief, please. Focus on the point. Focus on the point of a child marriage.
Yeah, and those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt, then their period is 3 months. And also for those who have not menstruated and for those who are pregnant, their time is until they give birth.
Okay, who is not menstruated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there is something in Quran, in Islamic Sharia Allah, something called idda. You know who idda for?
No, I don't know.
You don't know what's idda? Okay, let me educate you about your Islam. So according to Sharia law, let me just listen. I want to give the mic to my brother here. He has to finish, okay? And I don't want to take someone else's time, please. So let me educate them about the Sharia law. According to child marriage, the BDF philia, which is halal in Islam, it's legal in Islam. And recently in Iraq, they reduced the parliament in Iraq. Google it, search it. They reduced the child marriage to 9 years old. The government of Iraq, in Iran, in Afghanistan, in Yemen, we stand for these little children, that we stand for, these girls who need our voice and to stand for them. There's many girls, their life been taken, they're deprived from the childhood. And they say, I don't care what you say, back then, and the time, and the biology, and this and that. This is all BS. According to Sharia Allah, the Quran 65 verse 4, it says, واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر وأولات الأحمال واللائي لم يحضن. واللائي لم يحضن, and the one who did not menstruated yet, they did not get their period. Eternally, the Quran, supposedly the constitution. As I grow in Islamic Saudi Arabia, in the school, as I was young, we have to give the oath. Islam is our religion. Quran is our constitution. Muhammad is our prophet. Jihad is our way. And dying for Allah is our ultimate dream. This is the oath that I have to give me as a Muslim girl in Saudi Arabia every day in the school. We study Quran, tafsir, hadith, fiqh, tawheed, tajweed, name it, every day. Every day we only study Islam every day. And Sharia Allah, and Muhammad, and al-Futuhat al-Islamiyya, the Islamic conquest. And they say they go by peace. These little girl, according to Sharia Allah, the udda, it's only udda mean the woman who had the consummated the marriage, and they divorce. She needs to wait 3 months udda to clear her womb, then make sure there is no baby. And one of these 3 category, واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم, the one who's no more menopausal, وأولات الأحمال, the pregnant, and واللائي لم يحضن, the girls who did not have their period yet. They consummate the marriage and they have to wait 3 months. So according to Islam, to Quran, that pedophilia, it's halal, it's legal, and we have to say no to it. Thank you very much. God bless
Can I say something?
Thank you for sharing.
You cannot.
Okay, wait, hold on.
One second,
Okay, go ahead, respond.
Let me respond to 1 second.
Go ahead.
We cannot judge Islam according to the countries. We cannot.
But she was judging it according to like the actual prophet.
No. She said Iraq, Yemen, Saudi Arabia. No.
But she was basing it on the tapsphere and the
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Wallahi billahi tallahi. No one can understand Quran in a perfect way without a bias, and he or she doesn't become.
So what's the point of the book?
Brother, let me ask.
Like if nobody can understand the Quran without a bias, that's why we have Jesus, bro. That's why we have the Bible, man.
But do you know that we believe in Jesus?
No, okay, but listen, you just brother, you just said no one can understand the Quran without a bias.
No. I said no one can read the Quran and understands it without any bias, and he doesn't become a Muslim. I didn't say.
Okay, so
you have to read the Quran with a bias. That's what I said. If you read the Quran with your open heart, searching for the real truth.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing, man. Thank you so much.
But the only reason I came here.
Why did you come here?
The only reason I came here.
It is clear from his argument that the Muslim guy here is a bundle of contradictions. He says one thing and he disproves it another time. So what does that tell you about the religion he so much claims he knows everything about? How hard it is for the people of this generation, not just Muslims, not just Buddhists, not just agnostics, everyone to come to the knowledge of the truth that Jesus is the only way by which any man can find true purpose in life. And I like it so much how the pastor concluded it.
That God actually brought judgment on nations through the children of Israel. But in your story, you're saying that all of it was defense. But that's not even true. And according to your religion, God told Muhammad to go and conquer in the name of Islam.
Oh yeah.
Did he or did he not?
Do you know what?
Did he or did he not?
Listen.
If you thought this debate was insightful and expository, kindly click like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. What do you think about the Sharia law and Muslims marrying underage girls? And if you want to see what happened when Jordan Peterson sat down in another debate, kindly click the video after this. Thanks for watching.